What's up guys, welcome to the first episode of Scott and Brian Cooks. Today we're going to be showing you our take on crispy pork belly. We're going to start with the rub. Add 15 grams of paprika, 30 grams of garlic powder, 50 grams of brown sugar, 30 grams of onion powder, and then you're going to add 15 grams of gochugaru, which is a Korean chili flake, and we use this because we have it on hand, but cayenne or any type of chili flake can work. And then lastly, 15 grams of good old sodium. Once combined, give it a good shake. We want to make sure it's evenly mixed, so that the pork belly gets an even amount of everything. Now, it's time to take your meat out. Place it on the cutting board, skin side up, and get ready to clean the top. Wipe with a paper towel, and scrape the skin with a sharp knife. I like to cut my pork belly into smaller, more manageable pieces. One bonus of this is that there's more surface area for the dry rub to flavor. You want to look for a piece with a high meat ratio, but enough fat to keep it juicy. As you can see here, there's a nice vein running right down the middle with lots of meat on both sides. Trim the fat on the bottom of the pork belly as it'll stop the dry rub from flavoring the meat. Flip that back over and poke the top of the skin with a fork. Adding all the perforations will ensure that the skin gets nice and crispy. Last thing before adding the dry rub is cutting the bottom into even columns. This gives more surface area for the seasoning and will make nice even cut marks when it's ready to carve. Place your pork belly in a clean container skin side down. Apply your dry rub generously and make sure it gets into all of the cracks. You don't want to pile it in there, but just make sure it's all coated. You can coat the sides with the excess rub in the dish afterwards. When it's all covered, it's ready to prep for the oven. We'll be cooking this in a tinfoil boat. You don't want that rendered fat to leave the meat. The boat is going to allow this pork belly to cook in its own juices and help keep the meat moist and tender. It's essentially a self-basing mechanism. You want to place your tinfoil on your cutting board, fold the sides in to fortify the edges, and place your pork belly in the middle. Fold all four sides into walls and pinch the corners, and you want to tuck those pinched corners into the sides, and there you go, your boat's ready. Bake for 1 hour at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and once done, take your pork belly out of the oven and brush a light coating of vegetable oil. Make sure you don't put too much of oil on the top of the skin as it'll stop it from getting crispy. Put that back in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes at 425. After 30 minutes, check on the skin, and if it isn't crisping, you can leave it in there for a bit longer. Be careful though and keep an eye on it. It's very easy to burn. We left it in a bit too long, so it's a bit overdone, but it's honestly still going to be amazing. Plus we have this other half that's perfectly golden brown. Take it over to your cutting board and start slicing. It's stupidly moist. Like, honestly, look at how much juice there is. The skin's super crispy, and the slight sweetness from the dry rub works really great with the fattiness of the pork. You can use this on sandwiches, tacos, and even just plain white rice. Honestly, it's a super versatile meat, and it goes a long way. It may seem intimidating at first, but it's honestly one of the easiest things to make. Just follow the instructions, and I promise you, it'll turn out great. If you look forward to making this, and you want to keep up with other great recipes, please give us a like and subscribe. We'll be posting videos weekly. As a reminder, we are not trained professionals, but please try this at home.